Howdy y'all and welcome to Chad Plays. Today we're playing Immortality Factory and it looks like this may be the last episode. We are sitting at, well, hang on a second. Make one of these and finish the game. Alright, how do we make one of those? And the answer is in the ritual infuser, which I took the time to build, and there it is. This is what a ritual infuser is. We have to feed this, and it has percentages. So this needs 100, that needs 50, and this needs 200, and it makes 1. So once we feed everything into here and we pop one out, I'm guessing that means we beat the game. But there is something else that gives me, where is it? I saw something. Was it in, maybe it was down in here. Oh. I can make another ritual infuser for 2 of these little orbs. I don't know why I would want to. I don't know why we'd want to make one unless there's a prestige mechanic in the game. I don't know if there is or isn't. But, so what I've done is I've tore everything apart and I've got all the pieces and parts all put over here and we got this going. All right, before I go any further, let's do a little house cleaning. I want to apologize for not having episodes out, but however, last Thursday my wife had knee surgery and I also had a bunch of stuff that I had to do with work over the weekend, and because of the holidays and trying to move things around so I could be around to help my wife. And in between working 35 hours on Saturday and Sunday, and then the rest of the time, you know, my wife can't put any pressure or any weight bearing on her surgically repaired knee. I have been, you know, hey, can you make me a cup of coffee? Can you get this? Can you move this? You know, basically, you know, being a CNA or a nursemaid or whatever, which I don't mind, right? It's my wife and it's okay. I signed up for it. However, because of that, time constrictions, I haven't been able to record. And to be honest, I've been worried about her and, you know, I just wasn't in the right mentality to do it. Now that I've got a little bit of breathing room, we'll work on this. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about this, and I hope you guys understand. And if you do, you do. And if you don't, well, you don't. And whatever. All right, so we're going to look at recipes. And well, I'm just basically going to do it quick, and then we'll do it in depth over. So basically, we need these 3 things, and this right here is made out of 5 of these sheets. Those sheets are made out of a bar, out of a gold X and a super jewel. This is the bar that's made out of coins. The gold X is made out of red X and a coin. And you're just like, all right, well, where do we get the red X? The red X comes out of these. Where do we get those? Well, we make those by making these into those, which means that we take this and we break it down into this to get this to go in here to make that. So then we can take this to go in there, right? Then we also take these in here to make this. So a long story short, in order to make all the recipes that we need, we're going to end up using this one, that one, and all of all these recipes are going to be used at one time or another in one of the 3 production lines that I'm going to put together to get this going. All right, so what I'm going to do is, now that I've jibber jabbered enough, I'm going to get this party started. I've got some notes on how I'm going to go about this, and I'm just going to do a quick time lapse and explain to you guys what I'm building, why I'm building it. We start off with 1 air pump to make air and send it into a refinery to make mana crystals. The mana crystals are fed into a disenchanter to make 2 mana dust, 1 liquid curse, and 1 silica powder. The liquid curse is fed into a disenchanter to make 1 chaos salt and 2 tainted water. The silica dust is sent to a refiner to make obsidian. The 2 mana dust are sent to a vault, then into a big splitter. The chaos salt is sent to a coin maker to make both copper and silver coins. The tainted water and 1 copper coins make vials of blood in a unifier. The obsidian is sent into a deconstructor to make silica powder and 1 gloom shard. The silica powder and mana dust are sent to 2 unifiers to make weak mana gems, then are merged and sent to a refiner to make pure mana gems. The vials of blood are sent to the coin maker to make gold coins. The gloom shard is sent to the vault, then split to make into a coin maker to make copper and silver coins. The other to a unifier to make a bright shard. The unifier takes 1 copper, 1 silver, and 1 gold coin to make an adamantium bar. The bar, a bright shard, and pure mana gem make 1 green sheet, and then the green sheet is sent to the refiner to make eternal chassis. Okay, it looks like we got it all set together. I'm going to do this. I'm just going to double check just to make sure that everything, all the pieces of parts are going where they're supposed to be going. I believe I've got everything wired up the way it is. Let me speed run this really quick. All right, just like that, we got the first one, and we'll go ahead and we'll plug that into here, and it eats it up, and it tells us we're 1% of the way. All right, so that is 1 step. You're like, great, what's next? Well, we're gonna do the second step, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna show you how I'm building it while I'm explaining it to you, but I will tell you that this is going to be the starting spot. So we'll time-lapse this, and I will explain what I'm doing while I'm doing it. We start off with the air pump and fed into a refiner to make mana crystals. Then they're fed into a disenchanter to make 2 mana dust, 1 liquid curse, and a silica powder. The silica powder and the mana dust are sunk into a trash can. The other mana dust is put into a coin maker to make copper coins. Also, there's a sink on the gold coin, so there's no backup. The liquid curse are sent to a disenchanter to make 1 chaos salt and 2 tainted water. The tainted water is added to the copper coin to make a vial of blood, and sent into a big merger and then to a vault. The chaos salt is sent to a vault and split 1/2 to a sink, and the other half into a unifier to make the life force. The vials of blood from the vault is split to feed into a unifier that makes the life force and a refiner to make congealed flesh matter. Then the life force and the flesh matter make a head in the unifier. Then are fed into a disenchanter to make the immaculate soul. 2 vials of blood and 1 flesh matter is a byproduct of this and fed back into the system. All right, just like that, we've got our first blue. So we'll go ahead and take that and connect it to where it goes. And we're 2% in, and we're 3% in here. All right, it ain't quick, but it's getting it done. So the next step is, you're right, I'm going to go ahead and get this third one all lined up. I'll build it, and I'll explain to you what I'm building and how I'm building it, and then we'll test it. Once again, we start off with the air pump. Feed it into a refiner to make mana crystals. They are fed into a disenchanter to make mana dust and liquid curse and silica powder. The mana dust is sent into a storage vault. Then the silica powder is sent to a refiner to make obsidian. The liquid curse is sent to a disenchanter to make tainted water and chaos salt. A copper coin and tainted water make a vial of blood and a unifier. The blood is sent to a vault and then a big splitter with a trash can with a sink to stop overflow. The obsidian is sent into a deconstructor to make red X's and silica powder. The silica powder and the mana dust from the vault make weaker mana gems and a unifier, then sent to a refiner to make pure mana gems. The chaos salt and vials of bloods are sent to a unifier to make life force. The red X is sent to a vault, then split to make silver coins and yellow X's. The yellow and red X plus life force makes an equalized orb and a unifier. Equalized orb, pure mana gem, and life force is sent to a unifier to make an energized spark. Okay, looks like we got everything done. So, hopefully. Cross your fingers, set it up, let it run, let it tater chip, and let's see what happens. And Bob's your uncle, just like that. We've got everything running. So now all we gotta do is take this bad boy and put it into here. And yeah. So the numbers are 6%, 8%, and 0%. How can it be 0? We sent 1. Well. So I know what you're thinking. You're just like, well, Jab, this is great, but this is like as slow as molasses. And I'm going to agree with you. It is slow. However, take a look at, remember all the building components that we had to work with? Well, this is what's left, right? I can augment this a little bit to try to speed things up. And in order to speed things up, we need to figure out what we need to speed up. So the yellow ones are the ones we're going to need 200 of. And basically we've shoved 1, right? And that's probably why we'll have to get 2 in there just to get 1%. It doesn't do 0.5%. That's my guess. We'll find out in a second once I get a purple one down here, which should happen here in a second. As soon as that goes, then that'll feed this, that'll go over here, that'll pop into here, and there we go. And yeah, so we're basically right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a cup of coffee. I'm going to let this run for a little bit, and I'm going to kind of think about how can I double this up. Or, well, yeah, I need to double it up. I just got to figure it out. So yeah, give me a few minutes and we'll be back in a little bit. At the time of this recording, there are 44 subscribers in the channel. If you're enjoying the content and the story and not subscribed, please subscribe. Help us get to 100. Okay, so here's what I came up with. I came up with making a couple of air into crystals. One's making a gem that's being piped down in here to help this gem maker so we can get super gems because it was falling behind. The other thing that was falling behind is we needed more of sand or silica powder to make the obsidian. So basically what I did was I made the second one to basically take the sand and it sinks everything else. And this is sinking, so we're not using one of the pink. We're not using either of the mana crystals. So 2 pink and a silica is going over here. 1 pink's going over there. 1 pink's coming down here to help with this production. And then the silica sand is coming down here, but I'm also sinking half of what we're making just so we don't have a backup. And basically, it looks like that it's keeping up, right? So right now, all we're waiting on is a red one to pop into here, which as soon as this cycle goes through here in a second, we just need one more silica sand into here. When this one pops, then this will pop, then this will pop, and then that will go into there, and then that will feed that, and then that's all over there, and then we've got a backup. All right, so now the only issue that I see right now is there is a possibility that we could get a clog, but I'm hoping that this over here will clog first, and that's fine because that doesn't affect anything. If this won't clog because of that sink right there. So if there's a clog, we should be fine in theory, right? The question is, it may be as simple as I don't have enough. This processor right here isn't being made quick enough, and if that's the case, I can come back and I can top it off. So yeah, see, we're in a situation where this is clogged, and yeah. So how do I speed this up? I can take. So what I could do is I could get another splitter. Right, I can get another splitter here, and I can take this splitter, and nope, that's a merger. I need a splitter jab. All right, we can do this. So I can feed this into here, feed that into there, and then feed this into. I need. What do I need? A merger? A merger. A splitter and a merger, so I did need that. So if I come over here and take that. Nope. Take that, put that there, put that there, and then we can merge that down to there. And this should help make the red X quicker. And if we make the red X quicker, this will solve our backlog problem, maybe. I mean, it's definitely not going to hurt it. Now, it may cause an issue in another place, but you know, hey, that's fine. So right now, our biggest issue is the X, the red X. But I think we'll be fine. Yeah. It looks like this may be as good as it gets. And if this is as good as it gets, I'm okay with that. Because this is backing up and that's fine. You know, when it clears out, it will have room. Nothing else is backing up. That's fine. We're just waiting, right? It's just a waiting game. I mean, we're at 10%. So let's look at the numbers. The numbers say we're at 8%, 16%, 10%. So the answer, oh good Lord. I've got a problem over here. Oh, how do I fix this? Do y'all see the problem? I've got a bunch of red X's and they're backlogged, and okay, how do I solve this? The answer is sync. And I need this to go into a splitter. All right. Yo, I was so paying attention to everything else that somehow I missed that. All right. Does that unclog my issue? Oh, no, that's not the issue. Hang on a second. I know what the issue is. That's the issue. The gold coin. When it got to a gold coin, I didn't have a sync for the gold coin. So this should fix all my issues now, in theory. I just have to wait on it to bleed out. All right, yo. So I'm just waiting on this to come into there, and it looks like everything is copacetic and going the way that it was supposed to. So yeah, that was the issue. I didn't have a release valve on that. How's this doing over here? You look like you're doing fine. So we're sitting at 9%, 18%, and 11%. So this is going to be fine. This is going to be fine. It looks like this is slowly catching up. It may be the last one that gets done, but it might have been because this was stopped up. So we're just going to let this run, and I'll bring y'all back when we get closer. Okay, and just like that, we got our thing. And does that mean we won? I'm not gonna lie, it took some time. New source of immortality, don't drop it. So I think oh, do I have to put it in research? Well, where's my research thing? Can I put it in research? Well, okay, there's a lot to read here. After so much work, so much blood, sweat, and tears, you finally hold out in your hands the dream of many wicked mages and infernal witches before. I have no idea what this word is right here, but a piece of immortality. You did it. Shown them all that you could indeed do it. We did do it, regardless of what the morals said about it. Yep, we got it done. Now you hold immortality close to you, endless life in a small ticking machine. You think to yourself, if you got all these machines already set, why not go for a second life, a third? Unlimited immortalities in your graphs. Imagine what else you could do. So you pocket the little bauble you created and get back to work. It's just like a prestige thing? Maybe? It is a prestige thing. We could go for insanity. I don't know how I feel about that. We did finish the game. We could go for insanity. All right, guys. If you made it this far and you want to see me go into insanity mode, I don't know. There's gonna have to be a lot of you guys to say, "Hey, let's do insanity mode." We could do it. I'm not opposed to giving it a go. All right, guys. I've thoroughly enjoyed playing this game. I've learned a lot about logistics. I've learned about a lot about myself and basically how to problem solve and everything like that. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. All right, guys. If I don't see you between now and then, have a fantastic weekend. And as always, Happy farming.